All right, my name is Donnell Baker. I'm from SAP Concur, and I'm using my one-time slide here to tell you who I am because it's really important for my talk. So we're talking about the power of effective networking and what it means for DevOps. So who here could use more money? If I don't see your hand up, I'm really surprised. Can I have yours? And what would you like to do with more time? Oh, nobody wants more time? I could use an extra 8 hours a day. Oh yeah, I see some back there. And what about if you could have more knowledge? Oh, see, there you go. All right, well, I can't give you more time or more money. I'm sorry. But see me after. We are hiring. But what I'd like to talk to you about today is how to get more knowledge by utilizing the power of effective networking. I'm what you call a connector and an intentional networker. So I like to call this the compound effect. What can you do with the more connections you have in your network? My belief is it's exponentially better for you the more connections you have and the better you become at networking. So why does this matter for DevOps? Companies of 100,000 employees or more stand to lose up to $62.4 million a year, and companies as small as 100 or less, even $400,000 per year, just for poor networking. So why does this matter, and what's my story? I've used networking and being connector to find the perfect job, to help with organization transformations, help build teams, hire, recruiting. Don't forget we're hiring. But how do you do this? We're, by nature, introverts. We are better at writing Slack bots to say hello than we are at saying it in person. So how do we do this? Here's the things I would like you to learn from this. Make a plan, right? Figure out what it is that you want to learn, who you want to connect with, and how you're going to get that information. The who is the most important part here. You have to search for the people that know those skills or those tools, and you have to make a plan to connect with them. And of course, make the connection. Utilize email, your favorite chat app, favorite social networking app, but you need to make connection. Sometimes I even use the phone to call up somebody and ask them to connect with me. And then you have to take action. I have a colleague that uses the power of 3 questions. I like to use this one. I bring 3 questions to the conversation every time so that I'm intentional about what I want to talk about and what I want to take away from that conversation. And organize your network. Know who your mentees are, your mentors, your advocates, who your knowledge resources are, so that you can go to them time and time again. Didn't time that one right. And practice. Practice and track your progress. Keep doing it. It takes a lot of work to be a good networker. I'm not an expert yet. I'm going to keep practicing. But if you keep practicing, it's going to make those connections even stronger and more useful for you in the future. And make it social. Companies that use social media within their organizations stand to gain 35% better use of their information just by using a searchable recording of the content that they use for social networking. So what are my keys to success? What have I done in my career to be an intentional networker and to be able to connect with people? That one's a long one. Be intentional. It takes a lot of work, but I like to say be deliberate. If there's one thing you take away from this talk, I want you to be deliberate about what you're doing when you come to a conference, a meetup, an interview. It takes being intentional to be effective. And do your homework. I kind of joke, but I like to LinkedIn stalk people before I go into an interview or a conference and see who it is that I'm going to be meeting, what value they can add to me, what value I can add to them, and I make sure that I do that before I go. And it's not just about you. It takes a lot of work to not just talk about yourself, but to also listen about what that person cares about. It's a two-way street. You want to be sharing information both ways. And ask. Ask questions, ask to meet people. It takes some time, sometimes 2 or 3 times reaching out to somebody before they'll respond back. It's not our day jobs to network with people. Ask for their time, ask for feedback, and just keep practicing. So speaking of intentional, here are the things that I care about that you can reach out to me on. I'll be around. I will specifically call out networking, hiring, recruiting. Remember, we're hiring. And thank you.